You've read the title, so you know why we're here. Hi! We're here to talk about the new trailer for Death Note by Netflix. Not much to introduce, let's get into it. 15 seconds in, I'm like, wow, this is pretty good. Oh my god, I'm ready for this is great. And then it happens, and I'm sad. The great thing about the original anime series is that the music is so intricate that it conveys to you part of the plot, what the characters are like, and a little bit about the story. Or maybe I'm perhaps just reading a little bit too much into it. But this little bit in the trailer that is designed to really excite the viewer kind of sounds like a very sad, flatulent ship in the fog. Those first 15 seconds were great. I'd say the only criticism of those 15 seconds is that Light doesn't quite look like your average straight A student, but then again, what does that really look like anyway? Moving on. The cheerleaders. Well, what are they doing? They just look really creepy. Like, what are they? That's fine. Let's just move on. Next. Is that L? Is he wearing black? Yes, I said wearing black. Let's tread lightly on this while we talk about the different viewpoints around this particular character. Usually, he looks like this, and he's hunched over, and he's always thinking, hence the little thumb on his chin. But essentially, this is what I feel happened. The casting directors and their colleagues probably had a conversation slightly like this, in my imagination. Hey, people are saying that Hollywood's whitewashing stuff. We should do something about that. And the other guy goes, yeah, you know what? Make Keith Stanfield L. And yeah, we're good. Yeah, he's diverse, he's ethnic, right? Yeah. He'll be perfect. Wonderful. I'm sure he'll do the character perfectly. It doesn't... Well done. Diversity quota. Checked. Nice. Good job. The reasonable kind of standby person would probably say, sure, I mean, if he's qualified, let him play the character. What's the problem? My viewpoint on all of that is that the last role that I know him from is his performance as Snoop Dogg in Straight Outta Compton. Great movie. He's going to need very significant skill in his acting to execute this role properly. L is a very unique character in that he is very clever, he's very particular in the way that he looks and dresses and acts with his body language, and that he's almost always hunched over and thinking to conserve energy, if you've kind of seen the anime or read the manga. In this trailer, L is strutting full on like, oh, I'm gonna catch Light, it's gonna be good, Master Detective #1. I don't know. He's definitely not doing finger guns in the trailer, so I don't know where that came from. But how am I supposed to believe that L is going to need Watari if he's strutting around, being all like, yeah, I'm gonna catch L. I don't need no one. He looks pretty confident and independent in the trailer, so I'm just gonna assume that he doesn't need Watari, which is heartbreaking, because oh my god, Watari? Apart from that, I feel like to a certain extent, he also has to be prepared for the love that people will have for this character based on all the previous representations of him. Not only will he need to be prepared for the love for this character, but he'll need to be prepared to protect himself against the people that love that character so much. The trailer has only been out a few hours as of recording this particular video. So far, I've looked online to see if anyone said anything about it, and of course, everything blows up online pretty quickly, and he responded by saying, currently blackwashing shit. Nice to know that he's treating this role with the respect that it deserves. Great. All in all of this is going to be solved when it finally comes out and people get to see his performance as L. Potentially, because the character's always been the same, maybe he might bring something new to the role that we've never seen before that we might like better. I doubt it, because I'm pretty stubborn and I hate change. But, I mean, I'm not... If everyone was like me, the world would be super boring. So the actual legitimate reason that people are unhappy about this casting choice is that apart from, for example, Lucy Liu and John Cho, there aren't that many household names that are actors or A-list celebrities of Asian descent. They really aren't represented in the media, whether it is in movies, shows, magazines, anything really from what I understand. It could be different, I'm not sure, but it doesn't sound like it is. The growing popularity of stories that are based on Asian culture and Asian source material is a great opportunity to bring some Asian American actors to the forefront and to stardom potentially, because doing that will essentially create a more authentic version of the story potentially. It's always nicer to feel that a story has a connection to the actors playing the role and bringing those roles to light. Casting directors now have this amazing opportunity to be able to rely on the stories that made their way all the way over to the other side of the world, to then connect them to the people that might have a dual connection in a way. So it's very strange to see that nobody is really taking advantage of this. By bringing more Asian American actors, or just actors of Asian descent in general, I guess, would be that you might get a more authentic story, and the people that know the source material would appreciate that so much, and even the people from the countries where the source material was from would also find that version a little bit more relatable, and so you get a much wider international audience, which is very easy to kind of market towards in a place where we're always connected 24 hours a day via wires under the ocean and Wi-Fi. So that is why it's easy to see why people are unhappy about the casting choices that they've made. But that's it on that one. Moving on, The Roof, The Spooky Club, and Seattle's Great Wheel Falling Apart are prime examples of how Americanized the show is. They've almost over-dramatized it to the point where it's making me feel that they don't really have enough faith in the actual story to invoke suspense and mystery to drive the story forward and make it interesting. This makes me also believe that this potentially wasn't made for us, people who have seen the source material, have read the manga, have seen the movie and the show that was made in Japan based on the original source material. So, essentially they could potentially be looking for a brand new audience to bring the story to, which will then feed into the original source material. They did, after all, say that it was loosely based on the anime, which probably means that my expectations are really low. It's not all doom and gloom. I am looking forward to a couple of things, which is, of course, and almost universally people agree that Willem Dafoe is probably going to be amazing. The CGI is something that I think will probably be better than in both the Japanese live-action versions, and also the ending scene. I believe that you get the very last ending scene of the anime in the trailer, and I'm really looking forward to that scene because it looks amazing. August 20th, that's when it's coming out, and I will be watching it, and I will probably rant and rave about it somewhere. It might be here, it might be Twitter, or I might just be stewing in either happiness or despair. One of the two extremes. While looking around the internet for other people's opinions and what people have been saying about this, I have pinpointed my favorite tweet, which is this one here, and this particular YouTube comment here, because I didn't know they showed Netflix at theaters. I would probably pay very little for that. To answer the question that's here below on this YouTube comment, the reason everyone in anime is white is because practically everyone in Japan is that kind of skin tone. And I'm not kidding, that's statistically accurate. 1.5% of their population is not Japanese, and of that 1.5%, 0.6% are anything other than South Korean and Chinese. So clearly, seeing anybody that is South American, Middle Eastern, Black, whether they're African or American or otherwise, doesn't happen very often, so much so that it's like finding a pair of matching socks. You kind of just marvel that they exist together. And it's like, what? That's pretty cool. Good for socks. Gonna look good today. If Nollywood, which for those of you who don't know is Nigerian Hollywood, made any sort of animated entertainment, everyone would probably be black. So it's just different places, different cultures. It's what you see around you. You draw and you write what you know and what you see. Let me know what you think down below. Am I right? Am I wrong? Why am I right or wrong? And just let me know what you think. I hope you liked this video. This is probably the most controversial one that I've ever done. But thank you for watching. I might see you next week. Bye!